Gary ID Fatima as the one that stabbed him. Then turn around and said Zach the one that hit him. So basically they in cahoots together. But hey y'all, welcome back to another review live with Chessie for Tyler Perry Sistas season 8, episode 14. Okay, y'all. So first things first, let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Look, I told y'all we finna be on episode 15 next week, and we still don't know who did it. We still don't know who did it. We know that Penelope got released, and we know that Gary just ID'd Fatima as the one that stabbed him. Then turn around and said Zach is the person that hit him. I said he thinking about, when Zach was in his office and hit him, right? And then with Fatima, I don't know about that. But okay, let's talk about it. Cause look, between Jordan and Gary over here huffing and puffing and stuff. He over here huffing and puffing and stuff, talking about Zach. I think first he started doing that when he seen Fatima photo or whatever. I was waiting. He was like, Agent Watts was like, he got one more photo. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, it's gonna be Tamara. It's gonna be, what's that lady name that everybody's saying? Dog, I forgot her name. Miss Marie. It's gonna be somebody. I forgot about Fatima. So he pulled out the doggone photo or whatever. He started huffing and puffing and stuff. But we finna talk about it. Jordan wanna be tough guy. I said he don't need to be upset no more. He don't need to get upset no more. He always pick and choose when he wanna be a tough guy. He over here talking crazy and stuff. Andy over here, I said, please get a backbone. Please get a backbone. Just like you defend yourself against Maurice, you need to defend yourself against this man. Against this man and his sister. Both of them talking noise and all talking crazy stuff to this lady. And she trying to help. You ain't tell her about the blood on the hands, did you? Over here talking crazy and stuff like that. Talking about something he trusted her and this and that. But you ain't told nothing about nothing. But yeah, he was talking crazy. I said he a wannabe tough guy talking about something. He asked Andy for help and she sent her ex or whatever. He heard Penelope name. He done jumped up and stuff. I said he over here. Remember last week he jumped up talking crazy to the agent or whatever. I said, dude, really? But yeah, Andy ends up showing up to represent Penelope. And he wanted to know why. He was like, you the one who sent the guy and all this stuff. Now you telling me no and all this stuff. She like, can we talk in private? He like, no. And he puts on a big old scene or whatever. I said, girl, you should have left him where he was at. You should have left him where he was at. Because you trying to help. You ain't got to help him. He ain't tell you that she had blood on her hands. And then it's the fact that he sat there and let her, well, she slept on her own. But he sat there. She slapped this lady. And it wasn't until she tried to slap her back or get her back or whatever you want to interfere. But yeah, she's still over here. I said, Andy, please. But yeah, I said Andy need a backbone because why he talking crazy when she trying to help or whatever. But yeah, they end up showing Zach. Was Fatima right there too? Yeah, Fatima was right there. And he was talking about, he wonders if they did the right thing by telling Andy about Robin. And she done told already. Well, she basically was asking him, at the end of the episode, if he's the one that stabbed Gary or whatever. And look like next week's episode, he's saying basically he wouldn't do that or whatever. He's not the type of person to do that. I said, ain't that what they all say? I told y'all, we still don't know who did it. I said that they could have gave us a hint or something. We already knew that Zach and Fatima was a suspect. What about Madam? I don't even think they got a chance to call Madam. I don't know. But yeah, I said, we already knew they was a suspect. I was like, this whole season is going to be about who stabbed Gary. And we're not going to find out till the end of the doggone season because it's only, 20 or 21 episodes? And it's going to be 15 next week. 5 more episodes and we still don't freaking know. But yeah, Zach was talking to Fatima about Andy and if they did the right thing by telling her about Robin. Then he ends up, telling her that he's trying to communicate. He was thinking about calling Karen to check on the twins or whatever. She's like, okay, that's fine. And I said, yeah, that's about doggone time. Y'all know after that scene from the salon when I don't know if he had told her he was going by there or what. I think he did. I don't know. I can't remember. But remember somebody had took a photo of her and Zach and I think Karen had kissed him on the jaw or something like that, and it caused this big situation. And y'all know I was saying, I said, see, you supposed to told her what happened as soon as you went there, as soon as you left there, you supposed to say, look, I'm gonna let you know right now, Karen kissed me on the jaw, stuff like that. She hugged me, she was being real nice. I think he did tell her she was being real nice or whatever. But yeah, I was like, yeah, about doggone time they communicate. Hopefully we see this on Zatima as well. But yeah, she was like, okay, that's cool. So he ends up calling Karen or whatever, and he ends up apologizing for stressing her out and everything. And they was just talking or whatever. It seemed like they on the same page, but y'all know how they go. They would get along for 2 to 3 business days. Then next thing you know, everybody be back into it. But yeah, she ends up telling him to check on Danny because, she had a scare or whatever. But before we get to the part about, I think that's later in the review, about Danny and Zach talking or whatever, it was a part, I feel like I missed part of their conversation. I got to the part where he was saying something about Danny being the godmother of his baby or something like that. She was telling him he gonna be a good father. Was they saying, who was they talking about? Because you know Zach got a million kids. Who was they talking about? One of the twins or Fatima baby? Did he tell anybody else that she was pregnant? Look, I was confused. I missed that part. I missed that part of the conversation, so I don't know what baby they was talking about or whatever. Let me see. Tony ends up showing he keep trying. He definitely trying or whatever. Seems like they on good terms as of right now. But yeah, I think for that scene they only showed him showing up at the door with a bear or whatever, and then they went to the scene with Penelope and Robin. He showed up. Robin ends up showing up or whatever, trying to help her. This is what I be talking about. Talk crazy. You didn't even know about Andy. So what are you talking about? You didn't know about her. You was involved with Gary before she got involved. They over here trying to just blame Andy. Now, if the friends wanted to say, you've been causing us problems since you got with this man, then that'll be understandable because technically they right. Because the ex-wife or the wife sued them or tried to sue them. Then they don't got brought in for questioning about something about Gary stabbing and stuff like that. Now they got a right to. But as for you, like you acting like she the one told you to hook up with Gary or something. And I will say, Andy has been saying lately, she told Penelope to get away from Gary and everything. She the one decided to take her tail. Who gonna go? Why they always decide, like, they find out somebody crazy or they done did something to one person, and they think that they over here, I was about to say that they gold or something. I don't know what they be thinking. They think they invincible. She thought that baby was her shield. If she just told you he made his girlfriend, I don't know if they said high school girlfriend, college girlfriend, disappear, what you thought? Why would you go telling him what you know and threatening him and all this other stuff? They don't be making a lot of sense. But yeah, he was basically trying to tell her he there to help and represent her and stuff like that, find out what's going on. She told me, no, I don't want your help, and all this stuff. Talking about some Andy is poison. She don't want anything to do with anybody connected to Andy. Now, if you choose to move on from this situation saying that, I understand because I get up out of there too. Because who's to say that Andy gonna leave Gary alone ever? It's season 8. But we'll see. But yeah, she ends up saying that Robin says Penelope may have been manipulated by Agent Watts. So then they start talking about Josh, talk about Agent Watts or whatever. He was trying to ask her. Why I keep getting this confused? Was trying to ask her about their relationship because she implied the way she said it, you would think that something was going on, but she was like, no, it's not like that or whatever. They was just friends. But then she kind of implied that he wanted more, that maybe he wanted more from her or whatever. But yeah, she ends up saying Josh and her grew close when she was in protective custody and everything. He cared about her and all that. And I was like, yeah, I'm still confused. I don't know who did it, y'all. They playing it good now because I don't know. I don't know still. But Karen ends up talking to Pam and saying to basically check in with Sabrina about the business plan. She too busy over here on the doggone desk and stuff. I said, look, one thing she gonna do is sleep with somebody in this girl doggone salon. She was doing that what? Well, all the seasons we've seen her. Danny and Tony end up having somewhat of a conversation. They end up apologizing to each other or whatever. And she started to talk about, everything that, she went through. I think she mentioned something about being assaulted in college, and she felt like that played a part in, everything she been dealing with and just having sex with all these men and stuff like that. And she said, let me see if I wrote it down. She said she figured if she gave men what they wanted, they wouldn't have to hurt her to get it. And I said, ooh, that was heavy. That was real heavy. For real. But yeah, it was something else. Was that the part where they was talking about the baby? About her being the godmama or something like that? I think. No, that ain't it. It's coming up though. But let's see. Robin ends up questioning Agent Watts about his motives and his relationship with Penelope. He implies that it was an inappropriate relationship and everything. He out here playing. This man, he just desperate to get somebody to confess. I don't know what he up to. I don't even know if he got a part in this. I don't know what's going on at this point. Because the way he acting, but it's his job at the same time. So that's why I was like, okay, they playing it off good. I get them that because I don't freaking know. But yeah, he was questioning Agent Watts. Then Agent Watts ends up flipping it on him, saying, maybe he should investigate him because, he know everything about what they had going on with Andy. The fact, I think did he mention something about, wanting the firm or something like that? I don't think so. But yeah, he was like, maybe he should investigate him. Then Robin ends up telling him he got 1 hour to release Penelope or he gonna slap the police station or the department with a lawsuit, stuff like that. Rich ends up telling Sabrina basically he believes that things can't be good because they called them down there or whatever. Sabrina tells him they're not going to jump to conclusions. I was like, look, knew it was too good to be true. Something was gonna go wrong, and it did. But yeah, Zach ends up stopping by to check on Danny. And based on their conversation, she expects change to happen overnight. She was talking about therapy and stuff like that. And that's when Zach ends up telling her, he feels like therapy is working for her. And she was like, maybe she picked things up too fast after Preston. And I was like, for real, she did. She did. She definitely did. And then he was like, okay, do you really think that, or are you just trying to run? I was like, both. I think she did pick up things too fast with him, obviously. Then it ain't just about Preston, because it was the dude when she was in that situation. What was his name? Was it Jonah? That whole situation, she had a lot going on. Fatima and Hayden. So basically, she was over here being nice. She over here straightening out his tie and stuff. Now, of course, we knew she was up to something. I thought she was going to get caught. I still feel like she going to get caught. Because he was listening on her conversation. He was friends with Gary. Gary had Andy place bugged and all that. Who's to say he ain't got his office bugged? That he ain't gonna know that she took that doggone phone and I'm assuming sent that video to herself. But yeah, I knew it was the reason why she being nice. But he ends up telling her, don't start sucking up to me now, basically because Andy's gone or whatever, and he gonna be the one in charge. And he said he knows she's up to something. So she was being nice so she can access his information. She ends up using his photo to get into his phone and send the video. I think the last thing that happened with Zach and Danny is he was basically telling her she got a brother for life, basically because, she was there for him at his lowest and stuff like that. And I said, I like that friendship. I still don't agree with what happened at the beginning over here putting cameras and watching this man naked, but I do like their friendship and everything. What else happened? Robin ends up getting Penelope released. She ends up walking out or whatever. I was like, why Andy run off like that? Like, she was staring at them or whatever. He was saying that Andy is the one that needs to be thanked or whatever. And she just took off. Rich and Sabrina. So they at the doctor's office or whatever. And basically, they end up saying that they can't use Rich sperm because he has to trait for, what, sickle cell? Did they say sickle cell anemia or just sickle cell? He has to trait for sickle cell or whatever. So, he can't be a donor. He cannot be a donor. Robin ends up following Andy home or whatever. I said, Andy, you got these men going crazy, girl. You got these men going crazy. But, yeah, he follows her home or whatever. And that's when she finally asks him, basically, if he's the one responsible for Gary getting stabbed or whatever. Look like on next week's episode, he's saying, no, I'd never do something like that. You know what they all say. He's still acting suspicious. Everybody acting suspicious. I was like, they gonna wait till episode 19 to tell us who did it. Fatima ends up showing up to Karen's place or whatever. What she said? Did she ask her what the H word she doing there or something like that? I think she told her they need to talk. And I was like, see, you don't like it, do you? Then you just barge over there at their house? You don't like it when she pop up, do you? I said, see? But look like they talking on next week's episode. And Fatima was telling her, she want to talk about what happened last night or yesterday or whatever. And I said, see? Agent Watson ends up coming back to the hospital with photos so that Gary can look at them or whatever. So he's showing photos of all the sisters or whatever. He over here like he don't know none of them. Showed a photo of Penelope. He was like he remember her because she came in there talking about some engagements and babies and stuff like that. Then showed the photo of Fatima. And he was like, that's her. She's the one that stabbed me or whatever. Then he showed a photo of Zach. He was like, yeah, that whatever, he cussed or whatever. And I think they blocked it out. He the one who hit me. I said, he thinking about that other time, right? I was like, I don't know. I think that one of them synopses did say something about Fatima and Zach end up convincing Agent Watts. I don't know if they trying to convince him to give them more time or that they innocent or what, but something is said. I forgot, but the video on my channel somewhere. But yeah, I think that's everything. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next video. Until next time, deuces, have girls tonight. Be safe.